Well, I have often been asked how I met my guru, Swami Satchidananda Maharaj. There's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. In my case, he did appear, but in stages. It wasn't all at once. I was a musician, and at one point, the music I was really interested in and enthusiastic about was jazz fusion music. And I noticed that there was a strong spirituality in a lot of the music, John Coltrane especially. And I bought an album by his wife at that point, Alice Coltrane, and the album title was Journey to Satchidananda. And it had a big picture of Gurudev on it. And I loved the music, and I just knew there must be something special behind that music. But I didn't really pursue it. I didn't know where to go or what to do, and I was still mostly interested in my music. One day I was painting my bedroom, and it was getting late at night, and painting, and I was listening to music on the radio. And in those days, on a Sunday night, somewhere around 9 or 10 o'clock, the station stopped playing music and went into a talk radio format. And I turned on in the middle of a guest, clearly someone from India, and it was a question and answer time. People were calling in with their questions. And I was absolutely mesmerized by the answers, the wisdom of the person, the humor, the practicality. And I couldn't paint anymore. I remember sitting on the floor, still holding the roller up as the paint dripped down my arm. Maybe for 45 minutes, just sitting there listening, mesmerized by this wisdom. And it wasn't until the very end that the moderator said, and that was Swami Satchidananda. And I thought, this is someone I'd love to meet. But again, nothing really happened until later on I started having an interest in learning meditation so that I could be a better musician. That was my main goal at the time. And I came across in a bookstore his biography. And when I saw his face, something was so deeply moved in me. I read other books on yoga. I saw other books there that were on philosophy, and I was very interested in learning a lot of deep ideas. And I kept picking up his book over and over again, not wanting to buy a biography because somehow I thought it wouldn't have all the information that I wanted. But I couldn't resist the look on his face. I started reading it on the bus on the way home, and I read it 4 times straight without sleeping. I just read through the biography 4 times. And at the end of that marathon reading, I decided I wanted to be his disciple. I knew he was involved, or the founder of the Integral Yoga Institute, so I wrote to the Integral Yoga Institute saying I would like to receive initiation from someone. Do you know anyone? Because I kind of thought of him like a rock star, that he wouldn't be doing those kinds of things. He'd be too busy. But I got a letter back, and the letter said, "We're so sorry, the only person we know is Swami Satchidananda." So I immediately wrote back and said, yes, that's what I want. And they sent me some forms, and I filled them out. And prior to that time of initiation, I did have the opportunity to see him speaking in New York City at the Universalist Church. And again, I had the same experience. I was mesmerized by him and what he said. The practicality, the humor. It just made my deepest aspirations seem real. I'd always hoped that there'd be such a thing as a life filled with peace and a life filled with beauty and joy. And seeing him, I realized that it was not just a potentiality, but a probability, that if I just followed him, that maybe I could catch a little bit of that myself. And that was my introduction to my master. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.